Hi. Sorry I'm late. Needs must, guys, needs must. So welcome everybody. Welcome to everybody who's watching the replay. This is the first in my interview series. And what's going to happen, I'm going to bring up my guest, which as you all know is OlaJoe, the Crocheting Sailor, aka Andrea. And so the interviews will be for an hour long. I don't want to impose on Granny D, who's after us. And they'll be once a fortnight. And I'm just so grateful to see people coming in. And I won't have time to say hello to you all individually once the interview gets going. But I can say hello because I've seen Ursula's here, Diane, Vicky, Nana Michelle, Rita, Katrina, Laura, Sarah Moo. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. Well, when I bring up Andrea, I hope all of you are well. And thank you all so much for joining us. And don't forget the thummies, guys. I know I always say it, but don't forget the thummies. And I'm really, I'm a little bit nervous, but it'll go. It'll be fine. At the end of the day, I'm not being interviewed or I'm not interviewing for a job. So welcome in. Hi, Ashley. Hi, Gracie. I'm just waiting for our guest to arrive. She is in the basement, but she's needs must guides, and when she comes up we'll get started. OlaJoe will introduce herself and tell us a little bit about herself, and then we'll go into the questions. There's only 5 questions, and if we've got time at the end, if you have any questions for Andrea, then put question mark, and then your answer so we can see that they're questions. I spent just about half hour with Rick. We had a natter. He asked me how the live went and everything. And so, yeah, I really enjoyed the live today, and I hope you did too. So we ended up with well over 100 thumbs, guys, so I was well pleased. So thank you. Hi, Madonna. Welcome in, honey. Hi, Samantha. So as I said, once I start interviewing OlaJoe, Andrea, I'll just say hello to everybody coming in not individually, because obviously I want to concentrate on Andrea, and I'm going to bring up Andrea, aka OlaJoe, up with us now. So
hello. Hi, good to see you, Linda.
Good to see you too. Thank you so much for joining me today, and hello to everybody coming in the chat. So what I thought was, if you kind of just give us a little bit of info about yourself that you want to share with us, and then we'll go into the questions.
Oh, wonderful. Well, I'd like to welcome everybody aboard, if you don't mind.
Yes.
Linda, welcome aboard.
Thank you.
To everyone in the chat, welcome aboard. My name is Andrea, aka OlaJoe, the Crocheting Sailor. A lot of you know me as Andrea. I have a YouTube channel that I started in June of 2019. So yes, I did just celebrate my podiversary on the 2nd. So it's been 3 years. So wow. I'm just very, very excited and happy to celebrate and enjoy this time with you on your show, Linda.
Thank you. And thank you so much for joining me. I'm really, really pleased. And hopefully other people will too.
Yeah, I know. Absolutely.
So I'll go into the first question. Okay. So what was the deciding factor that made you start your channel? You know, what made you decide to think, right, I'm going to have a YouTube channel. I'm going to share. What was that? What kind of prompted you to do that?
Well, Linda, I would start off by saying there were a lot of people that loved my crochet. and they love the art of crochet and
Mm-hmm.
they wanted to learn how. My concern was at the time was, how am I going to do this? What platform am I going to use to even start to teach you how to crochet?
Yeah.
And that's how my channel was born. I specifically started my channel just to show people how to crochet, to start them off.
Oh, I didn't
And
realize that.
yes, that's the only reason why I started my channel. When I started on YouTube, my name was Mama G. Some people may have seen me and some people may not have.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I decided to do my channel, I said, okay, well, I need to come up with a name for myself. And I created my brand OlaJoe because I created tags and I wanted to trademark my name, OlaJoe.
Yeah.
Ola being my grandmother's first name and Joe being my mom's, half of my mom's first name, because
Yeah.
her name was Joanne and they
Mm.
called her Joe for short. So I put the name together.
Yeah.
Yes. And so I said, okay, I'll go with OlaJoe. But when I did the search, and that's for anyone that is interested in doing a channel, I would recommend that you
Do a
search around,
search first.
right? Make sure that that name is not already out there, because then you'll be competing with them and it may be hard for others to find you.
Yeah.
So since there was another OlaJoe, which I was shocked because I'm like, hey, I just made this name up.
There's already one out there.
Right.
How dare they?
Right.
How
And
dare
so I
they?
said, okay, they have videos and everything, so I don't want to compete with them. So I said I wanted to incorporate and add something that was definitely unique to me, since I had incorporated
Yeah.
my grandmother and my mother's
Yeah.
name. I said, okay, the ending part would be me, and that was the Crocheting Sailor. And that's the only reason why I have that
You
portion
had
of
to
my
put
name.
the crocheting sailor, so
Right.
to distinguish between the two of you. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But yes, that is the main reason why I started my channel. You will see a lot of those rough videos out there. The lighting might not all be great. I'm up there showing people how to do the beginning stitches because that's
Yes.
what they wanted to know.
Yeah. They wanted to know. Yeah.
Yes, and I've blossomed from there. Obviously, now I do giveaways. I have affiliate links and I promote products
Yes.
and I go live. I never thought I would do that.
No, me neither. Me neither. One live a week is enough for me, OlaJoe.
Yes, that's what I do. One live a week. That's what I committed to, because I would do random pop-up lives, Linda, and
Yes.
people said, well, OlaJoe, when are you going live? We like to know when you go live. And I'm like,
Yes.
I was scratching my head like, I don't have a schedule. I don't know. And then I said, okay, well, let me see if I wanted to see content creator schedules and how I can fit into the week.
Yes. Yes.
And I ended up with Tuesday because Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern was just a great time because nobody had it.
No, I know. And
Yes.
yes, that's great. And I mean, I learned something totally new about you today, with just your first answer. So, I know we've been friends a while on YouTube, since I joined the fiber community. So, that kind of was like, I mean, I kind of knew about OlaJoe because you mentioned it in your live yesterday, which I hasten to add that I'm sorry, but I forgot because I'd had such a hectic day yesterday. So welcome in, everybody. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, welcome in.
Really nice to see you all. And that we've got 48 in the chat, in the chat.
Excellent. That's
thank
wonderful.
you so much, guys. Thank you. Each and everybody, thank you so much for joining us. Yes. So that leads me on to my second question. What was the first thing you made and do you still have it?
That's a great question. Well, I will start with the second part of that question and say I don't have it.
No.
Okay. I started crocheting when I was 7 years old. My grandmother taught me how to crochet.
Oh, nice.
Yes. So Ola, she's the one that taught me how to crochet, knit. I can sew. She taught me how to cross stitch.
Mm-hmm.
And we did a lot of patchwork, patch quilts and blankets and
Quilts,
things of that
quilts, yeah.
nature. Hmm. And so a lot of those items that I did with her, I just don't have.
No, no.
Yes.
Oh, that's nice. That's
Hmm.
really nice. So, if I said then, what are your favorite items to make, and what yarn is your favorite to work with?
Oh, that's easy for me, Linda. First of all, I love to make baby blankets. I was making baby blankets when I first started getting back into crochet, and
Yeah.
I had an opportunity while I was active duty to go ahead and pick it up and start
Yes.
making some stitches. So I started doing baby blankets because so many people were having babies. And I said, okay, well, I'll do a baby blanket. So I started just making the blanket
Yeah.
itself,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
And then I said, okay, well, I'll go ahead and start doing sets. So then I start adding booties, the hat, the little bib,
Yeah.
all the little cutesy
All
things,
the
right?
cutesy cutesy things. Yes.
Right, right. But my favorite yarn, I found that that was a hard question to answer because I
Mm-hmm.
have so many favorites.
Me too. Me too.
You do, Linda?
I've got so many favorites. I can't even begin to do.
Okay, now I don't feel that bad because I was like, oh my God, where do I start? Like,
No,
I have a lot back here.
I know. Well, so do I. I,
Right,
I, I thought to myself, when I was when I kind of set these questions out, and I was thinking, well, what would I say for that one, and what would I, and what
right.
about the favorite items? And I'm thinking, oh my God, what would I put for that?
Yes. But I tell you, I do love this Noro yarn.
Oh yes,
I love Noro. This is a wool yarn and it's bulky. And this is Ito, 100% wool, and it's 200 grams.
that is beautiful colors. It's
Yes,
almost like
Crystal got me hooked on this.
it's like it reminds me of like an antique rainbow.
Right.
Where you get the bright neon, that's more of a like a vintagey rainbow.
Mm-hmm. Yes. But I also love working with different types of Lion Brand yarn. I love
Yeah.
that company. So a
Mm-hmm.
lot of their yarns I do work with on a regular basis, and I have back in here, I have some of the Lion Brand yarn.
Yes,
This
I
look,
know you. I know you love. I know you love Lion Brand.
I love Lion Brand. Oh my goodness! And this shawl and a cake. A lot of you all have been making the shawls.
Yes,
I love working with yarn like this. So this is basically a lighter weight. They say it's a medium 4, but if you
it
really
looks
look
like
at
a 3.
exactly, you see that,
Yeah, yeah,
Linda
it
and
looks like a
everyone,
3.
it's
Maybe
really,
when
really thin.
Yeah, maybe as you work through it, it could be a roving.
Right, right. Something like a roving.
Yeah,
Yes. Yes. I
yeah.
love the
Because
pattern detailing in it.
when I
Hmm.
was thinking, I asked you what's your favorite items to make, and then your favorite yarn, and I was thinking, well, I
Yeah.
love cotton, I love finger weight, I love.
Right.
I'm not. I will work with four weight and 3 weight, but 2 weight and 1 weight are my favorites. Cotton
Hmm.
and super merino. I love doing socks and whatever. So I was thinking, cripes, if I had to just own cotton. Cotton is my ultimate favorite. So, um, yeah. So I thought I've got to sit and think about what I would say. That is beautiful. That is absolutely gorgeous. I love them colors. It's almost like a sunset, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. Now, this is Premier. So it's a totally different brand, but
Yes.
it's the DK. But I'm telling you, I love working it up. I
Uh-huh.
love the feel of it and how it's wound.
Yes.
I'm very into, Linda, in particular with how yarn is wound. That would
Yes.
determine whether or not I like it, and it becomes my favorite. And if I can work up a project quickly, that's one thing, Linda, that I love to do is work with a yarn that I know that I can just whip something up really fast.
Yes.
I don't like splitty yarn.
No, I don't like splitty yarn.
Mm-hmm.
And it's yeah, say cotton. Jack said, Linda, exclamation mark, say cotton. Yes, mine's cotton.
And cotton, right.
I love cotton. So hello everyone in the chat. Thank you for joining us today. As you can see, I'm interviewing OlaJoe, aka Andrea, and I'm just so delighted that you're here, Andrea, and everybody in the chat. Thank you for joining us. So so my next question is, since starting your channel, what changes have you seen in the fibre community? So when you started 3 years ago, have you seen the changes in YouTube, you know, within the fibre community?
That's an excellent question, Linda. I will tell you, I've seen a myriad of different changes within the YouTube community and within the yarn community itself.
Yes, definitely.
I could start off with something that a lot of people in the chat would probably love to hear about, is the fact that in order to get that community tab, you only need 500. You don't have to fight for that 1,000 subscribers to get it.
When I started, I had to get 1,000 subscribers. It was a nightmare.
Yes. It takes a lot of work. That was really not an easy feat. It was not easy to get. A lot of people got disheartened or just gave up because they're like, I'll never get to 1,000.
Yeah.
But yes, you can.
You can.
I'm here to tell you today on Linda's show, if you don't take anything from the start of her series today, mark my words when I tell you, don't give up.
No.
Ever.
No, never, ever give up.
Never give up. I don't care. There are a lot of challenges. It is hard here on the YT streets, but I'm telling you, when you put your mind to something, put it on your list and you said, whatever I need to do in order to get to this level and to accomplish this goal, I can do it.
Yes.
Sometimes things take longer than others. So what I'm trying to tell your viewers today is don't give up, because if Linda, I'm telling you, I wouldn't be on Linda's show if I didn't think I was going to make it. No. I would not be here today. It took time for me to get to this point. It was not easy. I started from the bottom. Now I'm here.
Yeah. Well, it's taken me 10 years to get to where I am, OlaJoe. Because I started mine, but I wasn't in the fibre community then. I was in the mixed media and card making community. Okay. And so when I joined the fibre community a year and a half ago, the difference in the two communities, you just blew me away with your support, with watching my videos, commenting, thumbs up, and you just blew me away. And even today, people blow me away, you know, kind of when you go do your lives and you're sitting there, aren't you, thinking, I wonder if anybody will turn up today, because you do. And, you know, we all do it. And that. And what I will say to everybody in the chat who are struggling to get their 500 or, you know, get their community tab, get their 1,000 and whatever, the best advice I can give to you guys is to attend lives. Get yourself out there. Don't rely on your videos, which is what I did in the beginning before I joined the Yarny Fibre community. I depended on my videos. As soon as I changed and decided, right, I can knit, I can crochet, it's something I love, and obviously we had the pandemic. There was no, I just thought, I'm going to do something that I love, and which I've done many years, like yourself. And it's
Yes.
best decision I ever made. Best decision. So, guys, if you're struggling and whatever, the best advice, and I'm sure OlaJoe, you will agree with me, attend people's lives, get your name out there. When they say you can drop your links, ask for your links to drop, make friends, interact with everybody within the community.
Absolutely.
And, um, and join other people's channels, get to know other people within this community, because this community is just amazing, so supportive. Whether you need help in life, everyday life, prayers, help, that way, which we all do need, don't we, from time to time.
Oh, yes.
Not just our channels and that, but that is the best advice I would give anybody.
That's great advice, Linda. I will definitely piggyback off of what you're saying, because once I started going into lives, that's also to answer your question, because you said, how have things changed?
Yeah.
It has changed in our live hopping, because to me, we live hop, but it's a different type and a different vibe with the live hopping.
Oh, yes.
Now, back then, it was, you're going to race and you're going to go to this channel, and it's not within your own community. You're going to people's channels that are outside of the yarn community.
Yes.
Now, some people are doing it now, but we did it more so back then, a year and a half, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I was farming and fishing and doing all kinds of different things, and
Yes.
and they were in the casino pulling the slots and doing all kinds of stuff, and we were going in there to support, to see what they were doing, and to meet people.
Yes.
I think Linda was onto something with the fact that if you're starting a new channel, that would be what you should do, is go. Not, you can go into our community and go into lives, but I would say go and check out some other live streams. Yeah. Don't limit yourself.
No, definitely don't limit yourself and that. And because then that kind of sparks their interest, and you might even spark their interest into joining our community, into starting to crochet, to start to knit, helping other people, and that is what I joined. We went in under lockdown in the March, and by the October, I changed everything around, and I was in the community. I started my crochet nook, and even in that 18 months, nearly 2 years, I've seen a change, and there's more content creators as well. I find there are more new channels coming in, which is nice.
Yes.
And for me, that is exciting. I really like to say, come on, good luck. Let's get to it. Do this, do that. If you need any help, just ask them, and that. And I really like it when, the new ones, and to see them grow is amazing.
Absolutely.
Isn't it?
It is.
You feel there, you feel kind of like a proud mummy or daddy, to see them, watch them grow. They get their 100, then they get their 200, then they're 300, and they're nearly at 500. And, kind of in today's life, Margie Gibbs got her 500, and I was so delighted. It was,
congratulations.
That's the way it is, isn't it? It's that support. You've got that support, and that, and I think that is really, really important for all new channels, to get yourself out there and get yourself noticed, follow other people, get to know them, and that's how I found Ursula. And look at Ursula and I, we're the Giggle Girls now.
Yes. You guys have made friends, and you guys are growing, and you both have a wonderful following. So yes. I'm just like, wow, this is amazing. I love to see people blossom and grow.
Yeah.
So you hit it on the head. That's exactly
Yes. Yeah.
what it
And,
is
you
all
know,
about.
and those ones that have got their channels, but yet they're too scared to press that button to go live. And when they do, you're there in the background going, yay, you know.
Yes.
And,
You know,
and
one thing I can say, I'm sorry for cutting you off, Linda. One thing I wanted to say was that people don't understand that you're not the first person to push that button.
no,
And for you to step out on a limb and push that button, watch my first few videos.
watch mine. I was like,
God,
I needed more than one fan. I needed about 20 fans in here. I was like, by the end of the
I
live, I
was
was
so,
ringing.
yeah, I was so conservative. I had just retired from the military, and everything was, hello, how are you today? I'm Andrea, or I'm OlaJoe, the Crocheting Sailor. It was like I was doing a promo for a TV show. Okay. And it took so long and so many months for me to loosen up and
Yeah.
just to be me and who
Be
I am
you. And,
today.
and that's all
Hmm.
all of us, that's all any of us can be, is just be who you are. No
Absolutely.
is and
Yes.
graces, kind of. Yes, it is nerve-wracking. I mean, I was having palpitations when I pushed the button on mine, and I'm like, shall I or shall I? Oh, I'm doing it. Let's go. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. And at the end of the day, it is
Hmm.
nothing ventured, nothing gained. So
I just saw in the chat Yarn Barf, who is Christy. She says, I have yet to do a live. Ha ha ha. Laugh out loud.
I'm sure you will one
You can
day,
do it.
Christy. Yes, yes. And Pam from Cooking at Pam's Place says she remembers that, OlaJoe.
Oh, oh my gosh. Right.
I know. And Crochet Pink
Wow.
says, I went to lots of different types of channels. You have to put in a lot of work. First, decide what you want your channel to be and include other interests. True.
Absolutely.
Which is why when I joined the
Yeah.
crochet community, well, the fiber community, I just concentrated on crochet. And then I watched Gina knitting Turnpike, and she was doing all these knitting, and I was thinking,
Mm-hmm.
I can knit. I've got more experience knitting than I have crocheting. Why aren't I doing it? So then I kind of upped the ante then and started, and then Gina and I did our knit along last year,
Mm-hmm.
and kind of it's just gone from there, really, hasn't it? For like both of us.
But Linda, I'm telling you, you've had so much to offer. And I think people don't really know their own worth at the time
Yes,
when they start their channel, I would
very
say,
true.
right,
Yeah,
Linda?
yeah, very, very true. Very true.
Yeah. And my thing was, I didn't really think I had too much more to offer. I
Yeah,
only started my channel just for this one little thing.
yeah, to
But
teach.
yeah, to teach. But you have to realize when you go into this YouTube world, you have to broaden your mind
Yeah,
and
broaden
think
your.
about,
Yeah.
right, Linda?
And I bet kind of there's a lot of us who are talented in other, in
Mm-hmm.
not just knitting and crochet, but cross stitch, sewing, quilting,
Right.
and if
Loom
you, yes,
knitting,
yes,
loom
loom
knitting.
knitting, spinning, dyeing yarn,
Yeah.
guys. So there are a lot. I mean, there are a lot of topics. So yeah, if you crochet or knit, and and you do
Mhm.
other things besides, well, introduce that in as well, because there are a lot of different YouTubers out there who think, oh, kind of, oh, this woman's done cross stitch. Oh, let's go and see what she's done. Or this lady's quilting. Let's go and see how she's doing it. Is she doing
Right.
it different to me, and can I pick up different techniques and that? So,
Absolutely.
you know, and that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. So on to question 4. How did a lockdown affect your channel?
Ha
You know,
ha.
it went woo
I
through
know,
the
right?
roof. It went through the ceiling.
It went up because there were a lot of people that couldn't go anywhere, for one. So it's like, oh, now they have more time on their hands,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Number 2, people were working from home or had the luxury to work from home. So they had the time to do their job and or watch
Yes.
YouTube at the same time. So to me, I really do feel like my channel really wasn't being impacted at all. If
Mm.
anything, my numbers went up and my views went up at during
Mhm.
that time, I would think. Okay.
Yes.
So I never did really see any negative impact
No.
to my channel or my channel growth. I feel like I was able to gain more viewers
Yes.
in spite of the, the negative aspect of, that
And I would
time.
totally agree with that, because I saw a positive on my side as well.
Mm-hmm.
Not only from joining the community, but also before I joined the community, I certainly saw a steady rise in my mixed media videos and
Oh, great.
that. So, you know,
Yes.
that was good. And then people were kind of really, really shocked after doing 20 years of mixed media and making cards that I just decided one day that was it.
Mm-hmm.
I was joining, you know, I was concentrating on my knitting and crocheting, because it's something I can take with me to my dad's.
Oh, right. Absolutely.
You
Yes.
know, and that. So whereas mixed media, there was no way I was taking paints and canvases and to my
Right.
dad's, because my dad would look at me and think, and where do you think you're going to put that lot? Whereas your bag, you've just got it at go, and you know, you can, and whatever. So yeah, I say it, as you said, I certainly saw an increase as well.
But Linda, another thing too was there were a lot of people that actually picked our craft up, whether it be the crochet
Definitely.
knit, right?
And that exploded. So the fiber companies and that, they just woof, it just
Right.
exploded, because people wanted to do things. You know, they were sat at home, they've got their children at home,
Mm-hmm.
and they can't go out to work, or for some reason, unfortunately, some people lost their jobs, you know.
Right. Yes.
So, you know, they
True.
wanted things to do, and
Mm-hmm.
that's where, you know, people used YouTube as a form of teaching themselves how to knit, how to crochet, cross stitch, sewing, you name it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the what do they call it? The not the fiber, as a whole. You know, you've got yarn material, threads, and that. What haberdashery? Even that haberdashery rose as well. You know, with all the materials being sold, and
Yes.
and that. So all kinds of things that people use as a hobby.
Right.
I mean, even diamond painting
Diamond
just
painting.
went
Yes.
through the roof, didn't it? I mean, I never tried diamond painting. My mum does it, but it wasn't for me, because for me it was kind of like, oh well, you know, I'm going back to mixed media kind of thing, where I want to walk away from that. But I mean, I do love it. I think it's lovely, but you know, you've got to kind of say, you know,
Yes.
enough's enough. I'm doing this. I'm doing this.
Well, she spends also mentioned tatting. You know,
Yes,
people
tatting
did
as well.
tatting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And
So
I
I was like,
believe Spring, the fiber enthusiast, I think she's done
that's
a,
her channel.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
she's done a couple of tatting tutorials as well.
Yes, absolutely. She does. She has a lovely channel. I remember when she started her channel, speaking of starting on
Yes.
channels,
Yeah.
and she does tatting and spinning. So, but this is a diamond painting that I
That is,
started.
oh,
It's
that's gorgeous. I love them colours. They're my colours. I really love blues and browns and the oranges. It always reminds me of an evening sky.
yes, it says bless this
Beautiful.
home.
That is beautiful. Bless this home. Yes, definitely.
Yes. So I have the
Definitely. Yes.
macrame.
Yeah,
Macrame.
macrame, lucette forks as well.
Yes.
And I just Madonna said she started her channel on a day, then people started subscribing, and I panicked. People told me I was funny, so I just decided to be me and show yarn and finished objects. And excellent, Madonna, and that's what it's all about. And I always like to think, I don't know about you, OlaJoe, but when I do a live and that, if I've made somebody smile, giggle, and that, I'm happy.
Yes.
If you can have a giggle and whatever, and kind of sometimes at the moment life is just too serious outside this house, outside the home. You just need that light relief.
Right. But that's one thing that Ursula said. So many of us started during lockdown. Yes. So there were a lot of channels that started because of that, because they had time to start their channels. They were probably contemplating it, and then they said, oh, I have time to do it, so why not?
Yeah. And Crochet Me Pinks has actually said something really, really good as well. She said, remember, just because you're on YouTube doesn't mean you have to do videos or lives. Being a supporter is important too. You can share what you make or questions on other channels, which is very, very true. And we would be, I don't care how big a channel you are or how small a channel you are, we all need supporters, and and they are the backbone of everybody's channel. The supporters, they don't want a channel. They've got, they're on YouTube, but they don't want a channel. They don't want the hassle, but they're there to support us. They come to our lives time after time. They watch our videos time after time, and they are the backbone to everybody's YouTube channel. And we wouldn't be where we are today without those supporters. So to those supporters, thank you. Definitely. Thank you. Thank you. And Crystal said she started watching YouTube during lockdown and learned to crochet. Then this past February, I decided to make a video. So I'm on my way, hoping for my community tab before too long. Yay, Crystal. Absolutely. That is beautiful.
Yay.
Well done. And hello to everybody coming in the chat.
Hi.
Thank you so much for being here. Don't forget the thummies, guys. Don't forget the little thummies. Yeah. And I've just got one last, I think we've more or less discussed this already. But, what advice would you give your we haven't. What advice would you give your younger self if you were starting your channel now? And I was thinking to myself, what would I say?
I know, right? Don't be afraid to step outside of your comfort zone. The reason why now, it's okay. I'll say this. In the military, there have been plenty of times where I've stepped outside my comfort zone.
Me too.
Okay, right?
Yeah.
I mean, people can relate even in their jobs. You've had to, and in certain situations, you've been put in a position and you're like, should I do this? And that's what I would tell my younger self. Don't be afraid to do it. Just jump in.
Yeah, just do it.
Just do it.
Yeah. Just
And
do it.
so I think that would be like my number one thing I would say,
Yeah.
Linda.
Yeah. Just don't be frightened, and just
Mm-hmm.
nothing, as I always say, nothing ventured, nothing gained. If you don't try it, you never know.
Linda, did you see in the chat?
I know. Woo! Thank you, Ursula. I'm not going to play the yoga today, Ursula, not in the live, but thank you so much. I really appreciate that, sweetie. Thank you, thank you. And I will put your name in the bucket for the end of the month. Mwah. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you, thank you. So yes, I mean, when I was in the Territorial Army, I was a radio operator.
Mm-hmm.
So I was on exercise in Germany and that, and and I was responsible for communications between the squadron and the and HQ and that was kind of,
Mm-hmm.
oh, but I did it. You
Mm-hmm.
do it, don't you? You just get on and do it.
That's right. Absolutely, Linda. I see my oldest daughter is in here, the joyful mom.
Oh, hello and welcome in. Thank you for joining
That's my
us.
oldest daughter,
Oh,
Jonelle.
thank you, Inga. Oh, thank you, Inga. So I've got Ursula and Inga. Thank you. I'll put you in the phone. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you, guys. That's so sweet of you.
Yay.
Yay. Thank you, honey. So so that are all the questions. So guys, in the chat, have you got any questions you would like Andrea to answer? If you put question marks, and then we can see that they are do it afraid. Courage is always late. Yes, it is always late, but at the end of the day, we do it. Thank you, Ursula. I will put you. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. And as you can see, I've got OlaJoe. And I can't thank you enough, OlaJoe. I've really enjoyed today. I've really, I was like, oh, how am I going to do this?
See, Linda, I told you this is just going to be us friends, just gabbing and talking like we were on the phone. And we have our friends that are on the party line, and we're gonna have a ball.
Yeah. And Crafty Moose Sarah says, "What don't you like crocheting?"
What did I like?
What don't you like to crochet?
Oh, I would say little small amigurumi type things. Like that's just not my forte. A lot of people do amigurumi and they do the dolls and they may do characters, even celebrity type figures. I love it. I mean, I think it's beautiful and everything, but it's not me. That's not something that I'm going to sit and do. It takes a lot of, I'm going to tell you honestly, it takes a lot of time and patience to do that. The person that did Snoop Dogg took a long time to create him and his figure with his whole outfit.
Yeah.
It's really tiny. I mean, you have to use the smallest hooks. You get 2.5, 3.5 millimeter hook, and then on top of that, you have to switch your yarns up. That's just not my thing. So I would say that
amigurumi.
No, not me.
No. And we've got another one.
Oh,
and we've got another one as well. Thank you, Rita. Thank you, Margie. Just before we finish, I will play the yoga.
Yes, Linda, you have to play your, because I love your whole vibe with the meditation and everything. I love that.
And Pam, cooking at Pam's place. Hi, Pam.
Hi, Pam.
I would like to know what OlaJoe's goals are for her channel. So what are your future goals for your channel?
Oh, that's a wonderful question. I know, right, Linda? You sure you want to answer that? I mean, you want to ask me that?
Are you sure you want to know?
I know, right? First of all, I'll just skip to the chase. I'm trying to get to 25K. by the end of this year.
Woo!
That is my goal.
Yes.
Now, when I started my channel, like I said, I started it just to teach people. And another thing I want to add and tell you, Linda, is I did not know anything about monetization when I started my channel.
Mm-hmm.
I had no clue that I could actually earn money doing this. Okay, well, good. I wasn't alone. So I once I found out, after, going to, like you said, to different live hopping, and people sharing their experiences and saying, hey, if you would really want to build your channel, you can make money. You can, you can earn. Just think about it. You can earn a living doing this, but it's going to take some work.
Mm-hmm.
So if I can tell anybody in the chat, that's what you're going to have to do. If you're thinking in along those lines, and you do want to make this a successful thing, it's going to take a lot of work, because you're going to end up editing. There are some people that don't edit, but I mean, I do edit. I have social media. You're going to have to get on there, answer comments. Right now I'm behind on comments. Sorry, y'all, but I'm catch up. But my goal is to get to 25K. And I also want to increase my views. Yes. So when I'm saying that, because usually when I have goals, I set goals for myself, but I don't really make it public or tell anyone.
No, me neither.
Okay, so you understand, Linda, right? So I'm like, wow, Chef Pam asked me that, because that's something that was on my list. I would like people to watch my channel or run my playlist. Like, I would love that. I just don't self-promote. I've gotten to the point where I just don't do it anymore. I did when I was a smaller channel. Yeah. And what I'm saying in essence is, now that I'm a larger channel, anybody that's on here that's watching, if you're a smaller channel, yes, you can promote yourself. Yeah. But I don't know, after you get to a certain point, you're like, I'm not going to. If people watch my stuff, great. And if you don't, okay, well, I'm not going to say. But I would love for somebody to just run my playlist or watch my videos or watch my ads. So that's what I want. I want people to watch my content. And if you can't watch it, run me. Because at the end of the day, running me helps me. Yes. So if anybody had a question about that, that's a real thing. Yeah. And for Linda has some wonderful content. If you can't watch her or stay for the whole hour, 2 hours she's on, let it run. Let Linda play. So I'm going to say it for Linda. Run her
I'm saying it for OlaJoe. Play a playlist. Just let them run. Go and clean the kitchen or the bathroom or Hoover or do the laundry.
Let Linda Simpson run. If y'all want to do something for me, I appreciate you coming here and taking part in Linda's series of her first interview. I would want you to run one of her playlists. Okay. If y'all could do that for me, I greatly appreciate it. Oh, you got some more super chats.
I know. I just Sam, I know. I'm just going to put you up so I know where you are, Samantha. We'll get to your question in a minute. Okay. Oh my Lord. Margie, thank you so much. Okay. Thank you. Wow, thank you, Effie. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm so glad you enjoyed it. Crafty Moo, Sarah. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you. Let me just, you are all going to go in my little bucket for the end of the month. Crafty Sarah. And we've got Effie and we've got Margie Gibbs. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Thanks, guys. You are amazing. Honest, I didn't even expect any of this. So Samantha wants to know, what's your favorite crochet project?
Oh, that's wonderful. That is, hi Samantha. I know she asked, she said hello. Hi. Okay. That's hard because I have so many crochet projects that I've loved to make. Okay. I'm gonna tell you, oh, that's a hard one. But I'll start with what's on my mannequin right here. This is the Granny Merge shawl. Okay. I enjoyed making that. That is by Fiber Spider. I also put this on my community tab, so you will see it. Beautiful. One of my favorites to work up. And Fiber Spider actually did this in a lightweight 3. This is a medium weight 4 yarn.
That looks lovely. That would be lovely in the winter.
Actually, yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Also, another one of my faves would be this Bush Tracker beanie. I guess I was prepared to answer this question. Kind of, sort of. Bush Tracker beanie. This is on my community tab, and this is made by Crystal Bagaudet Crochet. Yeah. Now, what she did was she received this hat from
Gary Eben.
Gary, right. And so she did the herringbone stitch right in here, right?
Yeah.
And so I loved working this hat up. I mean, it took a lot.
I did it and gave it to my brother-in-law for Christmas.
You did?
And he loves it. He loves Absolutely. It.
Yeah, so those were like 2 of my faves. I mean, granted, I have a lot of other favorites. I have a lot of shawls. As a matter of fact, Ursula, didn't you do a shawl? That's the shawl that everybody was doing with the shawl in a cake. Which one was that one?
Count My Blessings.
Count My Blessings. Yes, I have to do that one. That is a fave. I bought the pattern. I haven't started working it up yet, but I know it's going to be my favorite. So I had to give a shout out to Ursula.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Andrea Guami Square says, when you were in active duty, did you crochet, and how many other military co-workers were fiber artists?
Okay, great question. First of all, yes, I did crochet, but I crocheted at the latter part. Well, I should say at the middle part, and then I just dropped the craft, and then I picked it back up because my time in service was very, very busy. I'm not going to get into everything that I did, but I'm just saying that I did not have the time that I have now that I'm retired to do it. I just didn't. My focus and my main goal was to do what I was trained to do, and that's it, period.
Yes.
So when I was able to finally pick my craft up during those times, that's when I started making the baby blankets and things like that. The other part of the question was co-workers crocheting. No one else did it, believe it or not.
Interesting.
No one else did it. So I was the only one that I saw ever crochet. And when I finally picked the hook up and brought my yarn into work for the first time into the military, no one else did it. They were like in awe of what I was doing. They were like, wow, you did that? Like, oh my goodness. Like, it looked like a machine did it. And I'm like, yes, this is one of my other hidden talents.
Yes. You know, I'm not just a pretty face.
Right.
I've got a brain.
I know, right? I can do some other things too, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So before we finish, guys, I'm just going to play some yoga because we're going to be leaving here, and I would most grateful if you could go across to Granny D and give a stampede, a thumbs up, Simpson stampede. So this is for everybody who super chatted me tonight. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, thank you. And Mary, no, I never did. I never did. Once I'd done that, that was it. But we've got 5 minutes left. Have you got anything you would like to say? First of all, though, before you say anything, I just want to say I'm really sorry that we've not got through everybody's questions, but I'm really conscious of the time and I don't want to impede on Granny D's live. And would you like to say anything?
Yes, I will be very brief, Linda, but I will tell you this. I think you need to have me on again. What do you think?
Yes, definitely. We'll make a date.
Right, because there were some unanswered questions, I guess, in the comments, but that's okay. And thank you so much. Somebody asked me about the amateur radio. Did I think about doing that? You'll have to stay tuned for when Linda brings me back on her show again, because my mom, Joanne, the Joe part of my name, she was in radio and television. Okay. So for those of you that don't know, yes, that's
and
where
I've been on television.
Huh?
I've been on television.
Oh, I'm excited. Oh, yes. So this is going to be a part 2. I would love to do like amateur radio and stuff like that. I do and dabble in voiceover work. So for people that might be thinking, are you using your voice? I do occasionally. So, that's a conversation for another time. Also, I want to let you all know that I do have a giveaway. It will end tomorrow. So it is a Memorial Day giveaway. If you would like to check that out. Linda Simpson, I know she does a monthly giveaway every month.
That went live yesterday.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. So if you didn't sign up,
we've both got giveaways going on, guys.
Yes. Please sign up for Linda's giveaway and enter her giveaway, enter my giveaway before it ends. I do giveaways on a regular basis. Furls just came out with that new glitter hook. I know we're short on time, but these are the new Furls glitter hooks, and I will be doing a giveaway soon. But
Woo!
Hey, here's some little eye candy for you before we go to Granny D.
Yeah, and they're for Pride.
Yes, and this for Pride Month. Absolutely,
yes.
It's for Pride.
Excellent.
They're yes, beautiful. So yes, Linda, I just want to say thank you so much. I am very honored and humble, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart for you allowing me to be on your show, and also to be the first one and to open this up and let people know what's coming down the pipe as far as the series is going. Yes. So it starts with me, but it's not going to end with me.
Oh no.
So stay tuned.
No. Yeah, definitely stay tuned. I've got some really good guests coming up. So I just want to say thank you, everybody, for joining us. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody who super chatted. I'm just amazed. Thank you so much. And as I always say, guys, take care, stay safe, but more importantly, be kind to you. And until next time, bye for now.